you change a wheel with a hanky?
How can you horrify your hands?
How does a bubble behave?
How did a hand signal start a revolution?
By doing this.
How? You see, years ago, there was a children's television programme called How. It had 4 presenters, I was one of them, and every show would start like this.
How? How? How?
How? Now, How was my favourite programme. And there are lots of mums and dads who'll remember it. And the thing they'll remember best of all is the hand signal. Oh.
However, in the 9 years in between the old series and the new series, there were some changes made. And one of those changes was the decision not to bring back the How hand signal. However...
I'm delighted to say we've had hundreds of letters from you, thank you, lots of phone calls too, demanding that the hand signal comes back. And it's back, so... How?
But what does the hand signal mean, Fred? You can tell us after all.
An old North American Indian greeting. How are you? And also, I come with an open hand. I come in friendship. I have nothing to hide. That's how, and that's how started a revolution. Oh.
OK, I'm going upmarket this week.
Oh.
How can I win 20p?
Oh, here we go again.
10p from you and 10p from you.
I can feel it coming.
Yes.
Here you go.
Here's 10p, thank you very much. Now, put them together like this.
Yes.
Now, I will introduce my little 2p coin here. How can I get the 2p in between those 2 coins without touching either of them and without moving this one here in the middle?
OK, you can't move that one in the middle?
No.
How about if you pick up, instead about picking that up, you can use that to move that and put it in there?
Because you've touched and you've moved, you stupid boy. What you do is you blow on this one here.
Feeble, Fred, feeble.
Now try and put the 2p in between. You can't, can you? No, it can't. Right, this is how you do it. Well, I just need another couple of 10p. Put them on top of the coin in the middle and then flick this 2p at those. Like so. 2p goes in the middle, and that is how.
Oh, crafty monkey. How can you play the piano when you can't play the piano? Gaz, please, I'd like you to read that.
Oh, OK.
Aloud, you fool.
Oh, OK. Ladies and gentlemen, it comes as the highlight of my life to introduce one of the great musicians of our time, Maestro Fred Dinage, concert pianist extraordinaire.
You can't play a single note. Well, not properly, anyway. So how do you play the piano if you can't play the piano? The answer, my friends, is quite simply to use one of these, because this is a genuine piano player. All you need to do is line it up correctly with the keys of the piano, open the lid, draw up your stool and announce the great Frederick Dinage will now play in the key of C, the Teddy Bear's Picnic. Marvellous, isn't it? How does it work? So simple. Let me show you. You've got a paper roll in the machine here, and as I pump my pedals up and down like so, it turns the paper roll round. The holes in the paper roll, in turn, send a signal to the mechanism at the back, which in turn presses down on the right keys on the piano. So simple. But if you can't fool your friends like that, because they may have seen one before, then we'll just push that lovely machine out the way and introduce you to this. Now, this is the modern-day computer disc, but it's sort of doing the same job as the paper roll in the pianola. You simply put it in there, it's got an instant memory, and it can instantly replay what it's just heard on the piano. You don't believe me, ladies and gentlemen? The great Frederick Dinage in the key of C, the Teddy Bear's Picnic. And that's how you play a piano when you can't play the piano.
Very poor. How can you dislocate your arm painlessly without anaesthetic? Can you do it?
I wouldn't have thought you could, Gaz. I mean, it sort of comes out of its sockets, doesn't it?
Show us how.
Show us how.
Okay.
You need to be stood up for this, Ron. So if you stood up, right. Now then, without any pain, watch my arm here, right? First, get it to that situation, and then you swing it like that. Arm swinging. Yeah, now watch this very carefully. Ready? Like that. You see that? Have a go, have a go.
I think I have just dislocated.
Let me show you actually what's happening here. If I roll up my sleeve like this, you can see that when the arm's swinging there like that, it gets to this point there, and you rotate this part of your arm like that. So it comes over. And with your sleeve rolled down, and you do it quick enough, it looks like your arm's completely dislocated. Have a go,
How about this?
No, that's pretty good, Carol. Fred, you look like an outworked traffic cop.
Fred, that's what it is.
If you get really practice at it, you can do it with both arms at the same time and get this sort of effect like this, or even an impression of an aircraft taking off. And that's how you can dislocate your arm painlessly.
I'm not very good at that, Gaz. Sorry. Now, how can you tell a difference between a slow worm and a snake if they look so similar? Well, the difference is that a slow worm is in fact a legless lizard. They're two completely different animals. Now, Fred, if you could handle him, because Sydney Snake and I had a little bit of a scuffle earlier on today.
I am head of snakes.
We're not talking to each other. Now, the two completely different animals, you would imagine to have two completely different skeletons, but they haven't. Look at this. This one is of a snake, this one of a slow worm, and they're very similar. So how can you tell the difference? Well, unfortunately... Ooh,
Here he is.
very
He's
well with
quite
that.
happy.
Unfortunately, you have to look at them close up and look at the snake with his staring eyes, hypnotic eyes with no eyelids, so he can't wink at you. And snakes always smile at their prey because they have jaws which dislocate completely because they have to swallow their prey whole, and also a forked tongue which darts in and out very quickly. So that is the snake. Now, Jeremy the slow worm is much more well controlled. Come on, Jeremy. Here he comes. Here he comes. Now, Jeremy likes me. He winks at me because he has eyelids, because he's a lizard. And he has a lovely little tongue, too, because he can come out and just lick his lips if he's had a bit of tasty insect or grass to eat. And also, he has a jaw very much like ours. He just sort of chews. So those are the basic differences between the snake and the legless lizard, the slow worm. But, of course, if you see something slithering towards you and it's 12 feet long, don't think it's Jeremy, because it isn't. Just run.
How can you change a wheel with a hanky? Well, I've got the car, I've got the wheel, as you can see, that needs changing. I've got the hanky, but I don't know how to do it. But this man, I suspect, Malcolm Thomas, will know exactly how. How, Malcolm? Do you want to borrow my handkerchief?
No, I don't think so. I'll use my own if I could.
OK, show us how to change a wheel with a hanky. Fascinating how this. Let us see what he does. And the answer to the how, really, the secret of the how, you see now. He's got the car balanced on his left knee. How can he do that? Because the car is so light. It's a splendid little two-seater Peel Trident, and its actual weight is 100 kilograms, which in modern money is about 220 pounds. An extraordinarily light...
Can I have my spare wheel, please?
Certainly you can, sir. Little beast this. So light. Malcolm's wearing his city best suit and a lovely immaculate white shirt, and neither of them are getting dirty. It's doubtful the trousers are even getting creased. It's only taken, what, a minute or so far for this remarkable little how to change a wheel with a hanky, and he's done it. Well done, sir. Right. OK, Malcolm, how do I change my wheel?
You'll need a jack for that.
Oh, thanks a lot.
How can you horrify your hands?
Well, it's really easy, and this is a really useful Halloween how. How about that for a horrible hand? How do you get horrible hands? Well, the first thing you need is a rubber glove. Thank you. Now, ask your mum if she's got an old pair that she hasn't been using in the kitchen for a while. Even if they're perished, that's perfect. Pair of rubber gloves. The next thing you need is a ball. So you take the ball like this, and you cut your ball along the inside and open it up till you've cut a row of petals right the way round. And then, with the scissors, right on cue. What a team. Yeah, OK, don't build up your part. You then cut off one of the petals like this and continue cutting all the way round. The next thing you need to do is, using some glue, thank you very much, is to attach some glue to the inside of the petal, as it were, like that. And then, returning to your rubber glove, you attach your petal onto the end of the finger like that, which turns it automatically into a rather hideous talon. Now, that's good, but not good enough. Next thing you need to do is to colour the hand. Now, when you spray your hand, it's very important to use ozone-friendly, of course, spray, but spray that you can use indoors, the sort of thing that you use for colouring Christmas decorations. Get about 6 inches away and give it a good spray. Yes, oh, you might need a hand to do this. And once that is complete, you will see that you truly do have a horrible hand.
How do bubbles behave? Well, these bubbles behave rather elegantly, beautifully, whoops, and gracefully, but they're also exceptionally intelligent.
Intelligent?
Oh, yes, you may not think it, but bubbles are. If I dunked this frame in a vat, a great big vat of bubble mixture, what would you expect the bubble to look like?
You should get, I would have thought, a perfectly triangular bubble.
Yeah, it'll fill the frame.
Fill the frame, triangular bubble. Let's see, I'll dunk it in this vat of bubble mixture, which I never go anywhere without. Pull it out delicately, and look at the shape we get. Nothing at all like you would expect. Very strange shape indeed. Now, this was what you expected. This is what we got. But what's so clever about that? Well, the bubble forms the smallest shape possible, which will fit into that. So if I fold out the area of what you expected and put the area of what the bubble got on top, you'll see that it is much smaller. In fact, it's the smallest area possible. But what use is it? Well, computer scientists use bubbles to create the very latest technology. And let's see what we get with the cube. Let's see how clever it is this time. Pull it out. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Gorgeous. And if I dunk it back in just once more, I can try and capture a square. Oh, no, nearly. Look at that. They're beautiful, though. They're beautiful to play around with. Now, if I've just got a hoop like this, put that in. Look at this. And if I wet my hand and put that through, I can actually push it through. Hello. Pull it out again. Woo! Like that. And if I put two hoops in together, push them together, twist them over, look at that.
Brilliant.
Yes.
And there's lots more, but for that, I will need you boys.
She mean us?
I think she does.
I think I do. Now, let's hope you two can learn a little from the professor of bubbles here.
Yeah.
Have a ring with some bubble mixture pull it up, look at this.
Oh,
isn't that
brilliant.
gorgeous?
Superb.
OK, now where do I need your help? Well, burst it. I want you to get inside the ring.
Both of us?
And by some divine intervention, the intelligence of this bubble is going to pass to you too, all right?
We've got to get very close, have we?
Yeah.
Good job we know each other, Fred. Excuse us. Breathe in.
Pull it up, 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 pull it up. Yay!
And that's how for now.